Hey, Charlie, how are you?
Hey, how are you?
I'm good. I was so glad you stayed last night. That was really nice.
Yeah, I really had no intention of staying. I figured I'd just walk across the street and drop off the truck with the sun for you.
I know. And then, we said, let's just stay for a minute, and then, you might as well have something to eat, and then.
Yeah, it's not the kind of, it's like.
I'll tell you what's really nice. I said to Dad, it's nice. You have a son that you're really proud of, that when he sits down, he can have an intelligent conversation with people, and and he's charming and personable. It just makes you really proud of the parents to be able to enjoy this. So
yeah,
I'm glad you stayed. It was super nice.
No, it was super fun. She's nice. He's miserable, that guy.
Well, what happened? Did you get a look when he got up to walk?
He can't walk.
That's why he's miserable. So what happened to Avi? Avi and Adelson were like two of the biggest snobs at the temple. They really were. It used to be Judy and Phil, and then Avi and Adelson moved into town. They're about 8 to 10 years younger, and he made an absolute fortune, Avi. And he was known by everyone as like the new money. It, like replaced Phil and Judy, they became like the new king and queen of the temple,
Right.
And on the snobby side, but I never really became friendly with them. I knew they were friends and some others,
Right.
but it was fine. I'd meet them occasionally and we'd say hello, and that was it. It was only when I recognized her walking to the elevator one day, and I said, Adelson. And so we started talking. But Avi retired 8 years ago, so he was having back pain, and he had heavy limbs. He can't walk. Can't walk far. He has to take the car to go there. She walks. She likes to walk. So she walks with us, and she says, Avi takes the car.
I mean, you could tell he's not happy. I mean, like,
not happy. No.
He has money, but that's all he has.
They have money. They have big money.
They have
and
real big money. And you know what, though? He can't even walk. So what can you do?
Grandma
basically, like, lives like beachfront living, $10 a day, like hangs out with lots of young pretty girls, surfs, and travels the world. And like everyone
makes them happy, that's fine.
It's absolutely, and like he looks at his dad, who's been divorced a few times, who has constantly financially strapped and makes a fortune of money, works all year to be able to take a vacation here or two. And he's like, I don't want to be like him. And it's funny how his dad looks at him. It's like, I don't want to be like him. Like,
yeah.
But it's just funny how like people like sit there and pass judgment. That's what I was trying to tell the guy. I'm like, Sean's very happy. Like, are you happy, sir? Yeah. No. Sean's really happy. But tell him to go quit his job to go run around and sell real estate so he can pay the cell phone bill.
Right.
And like make it $80,000 a year and work in a rat race and have nothing to show for it at the end of the year, and then vacation or a week-long vacation. He's living a life of vacation right now.
Yeah.
So he does what not everybody, but what a lot of people dream about doing, but don't have the balls to pull the trigger on it. Like people are like, man, I wish I could just go travel the world. Like, you really can. You have to live on a severe budget, but like, go do it. And then everyone comes up with a reason of why not. But it's so funny because he posts pictures every day of like where he's at. It's kind of like, I don't know, he's like a lot of people he went to high school with. He's probably the only one who's just traveling the world, doing his own thing and making himself happy.
Yeah.
And, you should see all the comments that people write. Because listen, most people, over half the people who went to school with are financially strapped and divorced.
Yeah,
and have
I'm
kids.
sure more than half, right?
So they're sitting there, hating their ex-wife, financially strapped with kids, living the rat race, and they see a picture of Sean on a beach in Costa Rica, posting with like some 22-year-old girl taking a selfie, and in Costa Rica, and they're like, what the fuck? Everyone always thinks it's crazy, but like, be incredibly happy. Like I see him whenever he comes to town. He comes over to Darren's. If he wasn't, he can stop.
It's funny. I didn't realize. I mean, I don't know all your friends, but I didn't realize that you kept. Godfather. So
he plays cards with Sean's dad like once a week or once every 2 weeks. They play poker together. But Sean's dad's, had like 4 crazy girlfriends and a couple ex-wives and paying child support for his dad's close to 70 and has two 12-year-old boys.
Oh.
And a nutty ex-wife, two nutty ex-wives.
So he's been married a couple of times, and money goes.
Yeah, I mean, when you're paying for two ex-wives and three children, like, you got to have a really big number for it not to be broke when you're done with that.
Right. Yeah.
Whereas obviously, like in the car, I can't walk the car.
Yeah, it's really. I mean, Allison said he's just a very unhappy guy. She said this is not how he ever expected. I said, Allison, none of us know what's coming.
Sure.
Which is why my son always says, enjoy the days that you have that are good, because you don't know what tomorrow brings, and it's more likely as you get older.
That's basically what Sean said to himself. He's like, these are my people.
Yeah, but he's also, he's probably also giving. Yeah, I guess.
I mean, you know, guys do all planners at that table. It's like, oh, you got to meet her. Like, you're getting older. You this. Like, you got to deal with it.
Did you notice I didn't say one word?
No, listen to me. It's like if you don't settle down, like, you know, like, listen to what you just said. He's probably writing off having a family. Never spoken to him?
No.
Okay, so how do you know he's not going to serve for another 2 years and need someone and then settle down?
Yeah, that's true.
You know,
It's not that old.
No, you're acting like, well, he's probably not going to have a family. 39. Listen, right now he's probably with some really cute 21-year-old girl. Like, the thing is, you guys, like, have in your head, like, if you're not on that track, if you're not out looking, like, it's not going to happen. Like, no. Like, how many people are out? Let me ask you this. I know a lot more people who are out looking who ended up with the wrong person.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Because they didn't want to be 40 and not married. So
right.
They were,
the old days it used to be you don't want to be 30 and not married, because that was considered old. Now it's you want to be 40 and not married.
Listen, from your generation, if you were 30 and not married, people would be like, what the fuck is wrong
if
with
you were
that boy?
30-year-old, well, yeah, if you were a 30-year-old guy. Girls, if you were 25, they were saying, oh, my gosh.
Yeah, if you were 30, it was like, for a girl back then, it was just like, there's something wrong with her.
You never know.
Yeah, or a 50-year-old.
You never know.
Listen, he may want a 50-year-old. It's possible, too.
Listen, there's plenty of girls that are the same age, that are 38 or 40, that are absolutely smart. It's true.
Mom, it's
beautiful.
Mom, that's not the argument. But listen, he made 42 want to be with somebody 8 years older who's 50. I think guys like that. Like, maybe with a 60-year-old. What you do realize is Moon and South and Fifth, if you're somewhat decent looking and you're successful, you fit in a different category, and you have options that normally, when you're a 37-year-old school teacher, you don't have.
Right.
You know, I mean, look at all the examples around you.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I mean, you think if he wasn't with that 27-year-old or 30-year-old, he would have been with another one?
Actually, she was 32. She was not.
But what was Tom? Tom was in his 40s for sure.
Tom was 41.
Okay. Yeah, but that's what I'm saying is that if he wanted to, he would have been with. I'm just saying he could have been with 30 girls who were 29 if he wanted to. It's not like he doesn't have a. I
have to say though that the girl that he was with, when I came home, I had half a glass of milk and I had it. It was delicious. Thank you.
Yeah, I thought I'd get a call.
Well, it wasn't. It's funny. His dad said to me, "You should tell him." I said, "Harvey, we just left him. He's driving back to his house. I'm not going to call him now and say thank you."
Send me a text. No, was that not amazing?
Yeah, that was really good. I still have the box too because I want to write down the name of the.
Well, I sent you a picture of it.
Oh, that's right. I don't have to write it down. I'll throw the box.
Google that. I'm sure it's. Well, I'm not sure, but I know someone brought it to the office. So I just assumed it's from the beach.
Yeah, it's got to be somewhere in the area.
I'm sure that new bakehouse will have nice chocolate croissants.
Oh, I bet they will. When I read about it when it was going to open, and it was supposed to have like breakfast, pastries, and then it said even lunch and dinners, like nice dinner. So kind of a nice place to have. But anyway,
how could you get better than having like a high-end bakery to walk to? South Beach to walk from a block away.
Very nice. Let me ask you something.
Yeah.
There it is. Oh, it's far away. This bakery. Palmetto Bay.
Oh, no, that's Palmetto Bay.
16
far
miles. Yeah.
What?
It says it's 16 miles from here.
Oh, yeah, no, Palmetto Bay is far, actually. Yeah, over there.
Huh.
That's fine. But that's where it came from.
That's where it came from, Palmetto Bay.
Yeah, Palmetto. I mean, that's like, I don't even know if it's driving 16 miles. It may be, it's like US 1 past Miami, past, yeah, that's far.
Oh, yeah, it's all the way down here. Wow. All the way down US 1. Oh, yeah. Nope, too far.
Yep.
Too far. Have to find croissants somewhere else. They'll probably be delicious right at the place that's going to open.
Oh, I'm sure it's going to be a high-end bakery.
Meanwhile, I actually have to give you back the suitcase that you so kindly lent Dad because it's not big enough. I just said to Dad this morning because I opened it, and you have some change in there from Vietnam or wherever, some foreign coins. So I'm holding that for you. But I opened it because we have to pack on Sunday,
right?
Or Monday rather, Monday. And I said to Dad, let me open up the suitcase and I'll see how big it is because it looks a little smaller. It's a lot smaller than mine. I didn't realize that. So I said, I don't know how he managed, but I guess you take so little that it worked for you.
Yeah, it's gone for like 3 weeks with that suitcase.
It was tight for you too? Or it was enough?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's tight. It's, you know what it's good for? It's good for an overnight. You know, if you're just going somewhere for 2 days, for a weekend, it would work. Like the weekends are bad.
Yeah. All right, you'll get back to it. By the way, I had that one check from Danny. I'm going to go at lunch and go deposit it at Regents.
Oh, good. One check from Danny. Which one?
For that one apartment.
Oh, okay. Okay. Just let me, before you deposit it, take a picture of it so I did.
I texted it to Dad last week, and he goes, you have 2 checks? And then I have no, and then he kept asking me 3 or 4 times if I had 2 checks. And I'm like,
you know, wait. I'll tell you why he kept saying that, because Danny told him about 2. He forgot about one of them was the one that was the December rent. So, yeah. So that's why. But, yeah, I'll get it off Dad's phone now, because I want to keep a record of it. But, yeah, we're up to about $17 a month.
All right, awesome. I just pulled up. I'm late.
Oh, go.
Back.
Love you. Talk to you later. Bye.